Hey guys, thanks for coming back. Today I'm going to be filming a video of how to do your hair. We're all going through this coronavirus situation, pandemic, whatever you want to call it. And my hope and love goes out to all the families that are being affected by this. It's a really sad situation, and it's something that I feel none of us ever thought that we would ever go through here in America. But there's not much to be said. I mean, hopefully this whole pandemic ends soon, but I know we're all going through stuff, especially with all the barbershops and hair salons closed. So I figured I would get on here and show you guys how I blow dry my hair from home. Um, I am a licensed cosmetologist and I have worked in a hair salon, so I do have some experience doing hair. And I have roamed through the web, through YouTube and everything, looking for a video of people with kind of like hair like mine. I don't know if you guys have ever watched any of my other videos, but I have kind of curly, wavy hair, and you guys will see it in the beginning when I start doing my hair. But um, not a lot of people know I don't want to say the good way or proper way because everyone has their own way of blow drying their hair, but maybe I should say the salon kind of way because I did work in a Dominican salon. No, I am not Dominican, but I did work in a salon, and this is the way that they taught me how to do it, and this is the way that I learned in cosmetology school. So, and my phone's going off. So, um, just subscribe, and I hope you guys really like this video. Give my video a thumbs up and just keep watching. Hello again, guys. So first I'll be starting out using the Marc Anthony True Professional leave-in conditioner. This is 100% coconut oil extra virgin, and it has shea butter in it, and I use this anytime I'm doing anything with my hair. So whether I'm leaving it curly or blowing it out, I always use this as a first process. I also do use their curl cream, and I love it, but obviously I'm not going to be using that today since I am not curling my hair. I am blow drying it. So I would say give it a try for anyone looking for a really good leave-in conditioner. And I just rake this throughout my hair, at the roots, at the ends. You know, I just put a generous amount. I do have a lot of hair, so I have to, go through it a couple times. So after I'm finished, raking the product through my hair, I do put a blow drying spray. I didn't show it in the video. I think I show it later, but I sectioned that back part behind my ears, and then I sectioned it again into a second part. So I first cut a part and then cut another part, and I sectioned that up. And then after I finish sectioning it, I comb out my hair, because you always want to make sure that you're combing it before you put any type of heat. And the blow dryer that I'll be using today is the Twin Turbo 3200 blow dryer. It's an Italian blow dryer. I bought it years ago when I first got into cosmetology school, and I absolutely love it. It gives so much heat, and it really does the job for me. So when you're blow drying, you always want to start off at the roots and then make your way to the ends. So don't go to the ends until your roots are fully straight on how you need it to be, basically. And then once you're done with the top, you would then make your way to the ends, and I always roll the ends of my hair because you don't want it to be pin straight. You want it to have a little bounce, and my hair never keeps bounce, so I will show you how I try and keep my hair to be a little bit bouncy slash curly, if you want to say it like that. At the end I'll show you guys.
Like a bass guitar, simmer down and mess me up, tripping like I'm Jimmy.
And once once I'm done with these two pieces, I then join the two pieces together and blow dry the middle of those two pieces at the root, so that the root is straight. Basically, it's kind of hard to explain, but when you feel the root, you would be able to tell that the root is still curly and you need to go back and blow dry it. And then I definitely did remember that I did not put the blow dry spray, so I'm about to show you guys that. And I use this one, is from Redken. I got it for free from Ulta, and it makes the blow drying process so much easier. It cuts it in half. Like, it takes about an hour for me to blow dry my entire head, but it can really cut down that process. It makes it so much easier, and I love that product. I definitely recommend it to anybody. And then you just continue doing your sections. You always want to just continue doing sections until you finish your whole head. And honestly, like, you don't need big sections. You can just use small sections like I'm doing. Because my hair takes so much heat, I have to really take my time with my blow drying, and that's why it takes me an hour. But really, honestly, just take your time. Don't rush. If you rush, you will be able to tell with your hair. So take your time. I can't stress that enough. And make sure you're always hitting your ends, because otherwise your ends will be hella frizzy, and nobody wants that. Once you're finished doing your section, you always want to combine it in the back and blow dry the middle. And in a minute, I'll show you guys, actually right here, how straight it is after you blow dry it in the middle at your roots. So I just proceeded to take that spray and spray it all over instead of doing individual pieces, just because it's just so much easier to just do it all at once, if that makes sense. Just don't put too much at your roots, because you don't want to have oily roots.
Tripping like I'm Jimmy at Woodstock.
So now once you're finished with that section that we first sectioned off, I sectioned off a chunk off of the sides all the way to the back, and then I cut that in half. And then once I finished cutting that in half, I cut that in half again. So it's kind of hard to explain, but you guys will see what I'm doing. So right here, I'm cutting that in half, putting it into two, and then I'm actually spraying a little bit more because it felt a little bit dry, and then I'm cutting it at half again, and I'm sectioning up that piece, and then I do the same thing for the other side.
Feel uninvited, left home in West LA, I'm not excited, so uninspired, on my way to play the bay while you're alone. This girl's a wonder, she loves me, yeah, she needs to know I love her. I wonder if we'll make it through this summer, just wanna touch like back when we were younger, yeah. Why don't you love me, love me, love me, touch me, touch me, touch me more, more. Touch me, touch me, touch me no more. Love me, love me, love me. Touch me, touch me, touch me. Love me, love me, love me. Touch me, touch me, touch me. I'm so divided, starstruck, but
I also wanted to mention, once you're blow drying each piece, it is good if you connect the pieces. So if it gets mixed up like how it just did, it's fine, because you're gonna blend, basically heat it, blow dry it, however you want to call it. You're gonna blend all that hair together, so it's fine. If it gets a little, just make sure that if there's any curly parts, that you're getting all of the curly parts. And I wanted to also mention, I wrap my hair around the brush because it kind of gives me a nice little tug, so that I'm pulling my hair and putting the heat onto what I want it to stay as. So if you don't tug on your hair, then your hair is just gonna, you're gonna put the heat on your hair and it's just gonna stay curly, and you don't want that. You want it to be straight, so you have to kind of pull it to be a little straight, and not so much where you're damaging your hair or pulling out your head, just a little bit, so that you're basically creating the form that you want for your hair.
I can't help myself, you're a drug to me. I just can't get enough.
And here I'm about to show you exactly what I mean when I say combine the pieces and blow it out. So in the middle there, you can see it's very curly, so you just, blow dry it like how you're doing the rest of your hair. And once you're finished doing that, like, you can't see the difference, like it's normal.
Touch me, touch me, touch me no more.
So once it comes to the front pieces, I either use one of these brushes. I use a smaller brush or a teasing brush, just because my baby hairs are so small and they're so difficult to work with. So I really need something that I can really grab onto. Like I said, like, you want to pull your hair a little bit. So I need a smaller brush so that I can really get into the small baby hairs, if that makes sense.
I'm not excited, so uninspired.
And I do burn myself sometimes, but I do, once I get to the ends and I have the top straight how I want it, I take the bigger brush again and I just finish curling the rest of my ends.
Make it through this summer, just wanna touch like back when we were younger. Yeah, why don't you love me, love me, love me? Touch me, touch me, touch me no more. Why don't you love me, love me, love me? Touch me, touch me, touch me no more. Love me, love me, love me.
Something that's important that my old boss did teach me is a way to do the baby hairs. You always want to go in the same direction that your hair is growing. You don't want to go in the opposite direction, because that can obviously damage your hair, and it just makes it easier and so much faster if you're going in the right direction. So that's something that has really helped me in blow drying my own hair, because like I said, my baby hairs are really annoying.
Boy, some trouble. When he's around, my problems seem like double. His stupid eyes put me on ice, so no, no. Don't slow me down, don't wanna do this solo. Why don't you love me, love me, love me? Touch me, touch me, touch me no more. Why don't you love me, love me, love me? Touch me, touch me.
You can see I didn't even get to the little pieces that I wanted to get, so I'm now blow drying it down, and I took that teasing brush and that really helped me get in there.
Touch me. Love me, love me, love me. Touch me, touch me, touch me. I can't help myself, you're a drug to me. I just can't get close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song.
For some reason, this part of my head always takes the longest to blow dry. I always have to blow dry underneath, like how I'm doing now, because it just takes really long. It's just I guess in my genetics, because my mom's hair is just like that. It's just that piece of my head, it's just rougher hair, like thicker, which is really extremely annoying, but honestly I've gotten used to it.
And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
And now my little sister was distracting me, but she actually did bring me the oil that I needed, which I'm going to show you at the end, and that's my little sister. But don't mind her. Another great pointer that my old boss definitely did tell me is that you never want to put the nozzle of the blow dryer on your hair. Like, you want to bring it extremely close, and you can't keep it in the same spot for too long because otherwise you will burn your hair and damage your hair. So you always want to keep that nozzle moving. You want to get it as close as the hair as possible, but never touching. You can really burn your hair off. So really, really be careful.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
So for this last section, I just section it into two separate pieces. I leave that front piece for last, and I just clip it kind of out of my face. And then the other piece, I want to give myself volume because my hair is so thick, curly, heavy, whatever you want to call it. It's really hard for volume to stay in my hair. So I blow dry it outwards like this so that it can really give my hair the extra bump that it needs.
And on we'll pair of jeans, a shirt or two. We didn't pack as if we weren't going back.
Something else my boss also taught me, I don't know if anyone has realized that I have a little piece of paper at the back of my blow dryer. It makes the blow dryer hotter. You don't want to cover that whole piece, just have like a little piece, and it really heats up that blow dryer and gives your hair the heat that it needs. So as you can see now, I got the little bit of volume that I needed, and I'm just brushing it back so that it stays into place. And then finally, I'm at the last piece of my hair, and I always do that part out towards in front of me. So that's how I blow dry it, and I really get the bounce that I really die for, but I finally get it when I blow dry my front like this. And honestly, if you have like short bangs, I definitely recommend blow drying it like this because it really gives it that bump and that wave that you really crave for.
Tomorrow feels a year away, like the seconds, the beginning and the end. But if in time it's yesterday, your picture's gonna bring it home to me again. The world is waiting up, the world is waiting half a step beyond our door.
So once again, I just connect all my hair so that everything blends, so that there's no harsh parts or anything. And once I'm done doing my edges in the front there, because like I said, I get really hot and it turns throughout my process, I then turn over my head and do my baby hairs in the back. Like even when I go to my hairstylist, she does my baby hairs last because they're just so stubborn. And so after this process, I either use one of two oils. I have the OGX is the brand, and the one that I just showed is the Thick and Full Biotin and Collagen Oil Treatment. The other one that I normally use as well is the Renewing Argan Oil of Morocco. They both look exactly the same, but I love how the biotin and collagen smells. So even on occasions, I'll just put that one in my hair after I finish washing it. And I just rake this throughout the roots of my hair and the ends. And I don't want to put too much on my roots because my hair gets very oily very quick. And then once I'm finished doing this, I definitely comb my hair to the front, and I put a little bun at the top, and I leave that bun in my hair for about, I want to say 10 minutes. just so that my hair cools down and I can get that volume that I need. So I do leave this bun in my hair for, I want to say 10 minutes, maybe shorter, just so my hair can cool down and form a shape. Basically, by putting it in this bun, it really allows it to get kind of wavy in a way so that it's not pin straight. And then after I'm done with this process, I just take it out. I put my part where I want it to be, or split, whatever you want to call it, and just rake it through and make sure that everything looks nice and set. I really hope this tutorial helped you guys, because it really has done wonders for me over the years and has saved me a lot of money. I'll even twirl the ends sometimes, just so that it can keep that kind of wavy curl. But thanks for watching. I hope you guys like this video and have a great day.